From watching the previous video, you saw how to navigate the source viewer and mark your source clips. In this video, you'll now create a sequence and set up the various tracks for editing. Right-click in the media library and choose New Sequence. The New Sequence Creation pop-up window appears, and we can start to set the relevant settings. First, give your sequence a name. You can choose how many video tracks your sequence will be created with, as well as whether or not you are doing any 3D stereoscopic editing. Next, you'll set the resolution of the timeline. This includes the size, aspect ratio, bit depth, scanned format, and frame rate. You can also set the start time code as well as an initial duration for the sequence. The duration will obviously grow as you edit the clips into the sequence. Finally, you can choose how many audio tracks to create in the sequence and whether they are mono or stereo. Click Create to create the sequence, and it will appear in the media library as well as in the timeline view. You can move your sequences into any folder just by clicking and dragging it. One caveat: in the current pre-release, you cannot modify the sequence settings once you have created it. If you have made a mistake or simply changed your mind, just delete the old sequence and create a new one. Notice the sequences icon. The red triangle tells you that this sequence is currently open and is the main focus of all your editing. This corresponds to the Record tab in the timeline view. You can see that the active red tab is your new sequence, and it is focused to receive any editing decisions that you make. You can have as many open sequences as you like, but only one sequence at a time can be active. Subsequently, the green triangle in the media library indicates the selected source is loaded into the source viewer, as well as what will be edited into the sequence. If you wish to close a sequence, simply click on the X located on the Record tab. You can add, reorder, and delete tracks within the sequence. To add new tracks, place the cursor near the tracks and right-click to bring up the pop-up menu. Here you can choose to create a new video or audio track. So for example, I'll create a new video track. To reorder any track, click and drag the dotted edge of the track and move it up and down. You will get an indicator telling you where the track will be placed in the structure. To delete a track, simply right-click on it and choose Delete Track from the pop-up menu. One final option worth mentioning is the version track. This feature allows you to have multiple versions of your edit contained in one sequence. This could be used for A/B comparison, or you can version your edit in one sequence. For example, you could have one version with color correction and one without, all contained within one sequence. Most people probably prefer to have separate sequences per version, but Smoke gives you the option. In the next video, you'll start looking at the more generic editing functionality such as insert, overwrite, and drag and drop editing.